Praise the Most High Creator of everything, seen and unseen, known and unknown. Most High Creator, who sent His Son, the truth, to walk among us in the flesh. His law. And whoever seeks that law will find that law. And if you endure that mission to the end, your spirit will live forever. He's given us a new day. And today's a special day. Because throughout the annals of history and time, there's never been a day like today. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there were people that were breathing yesterday that are not breathing today, that wish they were breathing and could see this day. And through the annals of history and time, throughout space and cosmos and all of existence, there's never been a day like today. And after it's gone, it's never coming back. Shalom, I'm the Mad Trucker, and this is the Morning Live. With me, your host, the Mad Trucker. And if this is your first time stumbling across this live, if you'd like to participate in the comment section, the only requirement is that you first read my channel description and come back and greet everybody if you'd like to participate. In the comment section, type a peaceful greeting according to your culture, your customs, and your ways. And after that, you can type your sentence, your statement, ask a question. Okay? This live is for the purposes of conversations. Because I've discovered in my decades of being on this planet that arguments are synonymous with debates. Debates are synonymous with wars. Arguments, debates, and wars. 99.9% of the time leave problems in their wake that are usually bigger than the problems that they were trying to solve by arguing and debating. So the purpose of this live is for conversations. And the definition of a conversation shall not deviate for the purpose of this live or any of the lives that I do. The working definition of conversation for the purpose of this live is as follows. Conversation is truthful and honest, questions and answers, using logic to come up with solutions to problems. Okay? So come in peace, leave in peace. Even if you don't like my content, even if you don't agree, if you got to axe the grind with my content and how I address topics, regardless of the delivery, the only thing that I ask you, the viewer, to do is to research the topic. Step outside of your ego. Realize the world isn't all about you. It's not all about your race, your religion, your phenotype, because this live is welcome to all, regardless. It's welcome to all. And shalom, wolf lover. That means peace be unto you. Welcome to the live. If you would like to ask a question, the way conversation goes is this. If you ask me a question now, Lone Wolf, in the comment section, if you ask a question, wolf lover, I will give you an answer to the question, or I will address your statement. And after I answer your question or address your statement, I will ask you a question. If you refuse to answer the question that I asked, that's the end of the conversation. And I won't address you. And God boy, shalom. Muhammad Fatia, shalom. Watch and learn, just give a peaceful greeting. Justin Sexton, you gotta do better, man. If you'd like to participate in the comment section. I'm not paid by social media. I'm not paid by TikTok. I'm not paid by YouTube. Okay? I'm not asking people for money. I'm asking people to address people that they don't know in a peaceful manner before they type anything in the comment section. Because listening is free. Listening is free. If you're going to ask what this live is about, this live is not for you. Because all you have to do is rewind and listen. Okay? Likes are appreciated but not required. Shares are appreciated but not required. I don't care about likes. You don't have to like my content. That's not why I put content out. They are appreciated though. I appreciate likes. I appreciate shares. I appreciate subs and follows. But they're not required. The only thing that I ask the viewer to do Simply greet people peacefully. If you want to troll, fine. Greet everybody peacefully first. And then you can troll away. But just keep in mind, I'm going to address you. I'm going to remind you that this live is formatted if you want to participate in the comment section. Now, with that being said, this rising is a continuing topic I addressed in a special live yesterday, and I will not be going live tomorrow in the rising about the missing truck drivers in America. And these companies act like they don't know where these drivers are. And being a professional commercial motor vehicle CDL holder myself for over a decade, over decades, I know why that happens. And Justin, I would like to tell you to have a nice day. Okay, just have a nice day. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that this morning. You cannot type a peaceful greeting before you start to troll. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. I'm not here to play with anybody, okay? Because it is a serious topic. And if you think that it's funny that, drivers are coming up missing and they find them unalived, if you think that's something to ha ha he in the comment section this rising, I guarantee you won't have to worry about seeing them alive if you cannot control yourself. Grand rising, watch and learn. Thank you. Shalom, peace be unto you. And that's all I ask. That's all I ask people to do. Stay on topic, number one. Okay. Well, number one is read the channel description. Number two is if you like to type anything in the comment section, make the first thing that you type a peaceful greeting. And then three, after you type a peaceful greeting to, I'm looking at, 5 people? There are 5 people that are in this live right now. Regardless of your color, regardless of your religion, regardless of your politics, the live is welcome to you. And if you cannot greet these people that you do not know peacefully, this live is not for you. Because the only thing that I ask is that you come in peace and give people the same respect that you expect. This live is not for people that are in the S&M. This live is for adults. If you are not an adult, or if you're an adult that wants to act like a child, this live is not for you. If you think it's funny that people are coming up unalived because those people have copper-colored skin, they don't look like you, this live is not for you. Listening is free. It will behoove anybody, before they ask what this live is about, to just simply rewind the live, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. And if you read my channel description, you know exactly why. If somebody comes and they do that and I tell them, okay, rewind the live, then I'm not going to address them. Now, being that I drove a commercial motor vehicle over a decade, okay, I know that these company trucks and these owner-operators that lease trucks from these companies, okay, have GPS in these trucks. They have a tracker. It tracks the truck. GPS. They don't have to ask you where you are. Even though they'll call and ask you where you are, where you at, driver, they know where you are. Because all they have to do is ping your truck. There's a SATCOM in the truck. It's electronic. If you want directions, certain companies that SATCOM has what's called a GPS, Global Positioning System. The G in GPS stands for global. So if a driver was, let's say, mysteriously beamed up to a spaceship in Alabama, and they dropped that truck in Australia, the company would know that truck is in Australia after they beamed it down in Australia, because that truck has a locator. There are instances across the country right now where drivers are coming up missing, and they're missing for days. And I can count 4 stories where they play like they don't know what's happening to these drivers. But that's not true. It's not true because they have a tracker in that truck. If there's a disgruntled driver, oh, you're not gonna send me home. I'm gonna take the truck home and I'm gonna sell it. I guarantee you that they're gonna find you very quickly. These companies, they're gonna find you very quickly, and it doesn't take them 2-3 days to do so either. It doesn't take 2 or 3 days to do so. So to you, the viewer, I was talking about this topic the last time I went live. What do you think is going on? Because I'm opening this live up for conversation to see what you, the viewer, okay, if you can't do what's in your, if you can't do what your handle says, you know who I'm talking to. If you cannot do what your handle says, and you cannot stay on the topic. Today's topic is these drivers that are coming up missing. It's not if you have a crush. It's not, what should I do if so and so. That's for a different rising, because I do open topics from time to time. But this rising, I really want to talk about this topic, and I would appreciate if you would give me the respect of staying on topic. If you don't have the intellectual discipline and maturity to stay on a topic because it doesn't interest you, this live is not for you. You need to grow up intellectually, respectfully. Okay. I'm not your reverend. I'm not the answer man. I don't know it all. But what I know, I share with those who would like to know. Topic is something that doesn't interest you, you can scroll. If you don't like me because of the color of my skin, the texture of my hair, the way I speak, you can scroll. Fact of business, if you want to troll, I'll let you do that to a degree before, you'll never see my channel again. Because I'm not here for your entertainment. It's not entertaining that drivers are coming up missing and unalive. It's not entertaining. It's not entertaining that now in 2025 they want to talk about this problem when this has always been a problem. Just like these children that come up missing, they've been coming up missing. They act like this is something new under the sun when it ain't. These drivers coming up missing. There's nothing new under the sun. And they keep getting away with these things because the indifference of people that claim to be good people. Claim to be a good person. That's all that's required. If you come in here to disrupt, leave. If you are a good person, if you consider yourself a moral, decent, good person, you should really look into the information that I'm providing, because it's my testimony, okay, from my experience. They have satellites in these trucks. They have what they call electronic log books. And the DOT requires any CDL holder to run a log book. And in this log book, you have 4 lines. You have an off-duty line, an on-duty line, a sleep line, and a drive line. And it's electronic. Okay? It has a SATCOM link to the dispatcher. SATCOM link. Okay? And these companies gaslight the public, and the media helps them gaslight the public by playing like they don't know what's going on with these drivers. Okay. Now that we've thinned out the herd to nobody that wants to listen, I'll go ahead and talk about the topic. And if you want to watch it at a later date, you can watch it at a later date, because my lives are recorded. And the instructions for the live is at the beginning of each and every live. Okay? We can talk about a serious situation that goes on because of the indifference of the people that thinks it's funny, it's a joke, they don't care. They would rather come at me instead of the message I'm trying to deliver this rising. Okay? I pray for those families that have lost loved ones as a result of indifferent men and evil men, because it takes both for stuff like that to go on. You have to not give a damn about the person suffering from the person that's the victim of something. You have to not care for it to be funny. Okay. And Shalom, Five Pebbles. Welcome to the Live This Rising. Today's topic is the missing truck drivers that are that these companies claim they don't know where these drivers are and what's happening with these drivers because they're the same color as this piece of copper rod in my hand. Because that's the only reason why they don't care. And the indifference of trolls that think it's a funny topic. That's what the Rising's Live is about, this Rising. And I do appreciate you, Five Pebbles, for joining, even if you don't like the topic and you scroll away. And that goes for all the trolls, too. I appreciate you joining this Rising because it's evidence of a syndrome that I discovered in 2016. Because the instruction is simple. The live is welcome to all, regardless of your sexual orientation, regardless of your religion, regardless of your politics, regardless of your skin color. The only thing that's required is that you greet everybody peacefully in the comment section and come for the explicit purposes of having a conversation, because conversations solve problems. And if a problem benefits you, then usually people want to keep that problem going. They want to keep it going. So if you or a loved one drive a commercial motor vehicle, these 48 states, Canada, and parts of Mexico like I did, then you're welcome to everybody in the live that chose to be disrespectful, chose disrespect instead of respect this morning. You're welcome. For what? Everything in your home. Because it all came off of a truck. It all came off of an 18-wheeler. And you don't care what the people had to go through to get you what you need, get you what you want, and you're very unappreciative. And if you think this topic is funny, if you think it's funny, these men coming up missing. I almost came up missing a couple times, trying to bring you toilet tissue, trying to bring you fruits, vegetables, building materials. You know, I don't think it's funny. And and you know what? It's really a litmus test as to why this country is in the toilet. Because everybody is self-centered in this country. It's all about you. Right? Forget your neighbor. You don't give a damn about it. See, and this country, this nation has been hypocritical from the start. Christ said, you heard the commandment to love your neighbors, you love yourself. By saying you love your enemies, you love yourself. In America, people don't love their neighbors. And they come troll the ones like myself that do. Because you as a guest, you're my neighbor. And I begin every rising by saying shalom, regardless of what your intention is, regardless of what the topic is. I always give instructions. Come in peace, leave in peace. I extend my peace. It's always laughed off. It's always mocked. And that's the reason why this country is in the toilet. And it's the reason why I always knew that's where this country was headed. Because you can fool some people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all of the time. Unless all the people want to be fooled. And in 2025, it seems like all the people want to be fooled. But not me, because I ain't no fool. And I'm not nice by any mean of the word. I'm not here to be nice. I studied the etymology of the word nice. What they're doing to those drivers, in the eyes of our Creator is nice to those drivers. Now, this might sound funny. Look up the etymology of the word nice. The original definition of the word nice meant foolish or stupid. And if you claim to worship a Jesus, and you think, okay, you can unalive people because of their skin color, and you think that this Jesus is going to save you. Yeah, you're nice. You're very nice for thinking that. It's very nice, because if you compare that mentality to what's written in the Bible, it don't add up. It don't add up. Don't hold water. That's why we must struggle with principalities, not flesh and blood. And the principality, according to the concordance in your King James, means origin. Origin. We have to remember the first things, the origin of things. Where does this thing originate? Them kidnapping drivers. Where does it originate? It originates at these companies that hand them keys to trucks that have satellite trackers in them. That are Luciferian. They don't care about their neighbor. Don't care about themselves. And for sport, they will set up drivers. They set up them drivers. I drove an 18-wheeler too long not to know this. They set them up. You running late on a load, I guarantee you they know where you at. Your phone will ring. Your dispatcher will be on the other end. Driver, you know you're supposed to be there at 9 o'clock. It's about 30 minutes till. I'm looking at you on the screen. You about an hour out. Do I need to call and tell them that you need more time? If it ain't that, and your dispatcher really don't like you, you know you're going to get a service failure, because I know you're going to be late. You know you got a service failure. But now in 2025, they make reports of these drivers coming up missing. Like they don't know. Because it takes them days to find out where these trucks are and where these drivers are. And it don't make no sense. Cash Marco, Shalom, welcome to the live this rising. And today's topic is missing commercial motor vehicle, professional commodity truck drivers that are coming up missing. That's today's topic. And if you want to know if you'd like to ask a question or contribute to the conversation, please do so. And all these things, research. That's all I ask people to do. Research. Research. Yeah, it's true. Christ said we must be like these little ones. There's no lying in a child unless that child was born to be a liar. But children don't see religion. Children don't see gender. Children don't see politics. Children don't see religion. They don't see none of that. Now, because all of the adults, because it should be 3 adults in this room, because we're all adults. Think back when you were a child. I guarantee you, these people that are narcissistic, the only thing they can remember about their childhood is when they were hurt. And hurt people. Especially when those families normalize that hurt with their children. And that's really who the adversary of this world wants, our children. The adversary don't want me and you. We too old. He want our babies. He get them by the bus load. And he don't care what color skin they in. And then they go through trauma. And then either they become indifferent and silent, or they become victimizers themselves. And these are the type of folks that run these trucking companies that play like they don't know what's going on with their equipment. $175,000 worth of truck and trailer. You don't know where it is, and you got a track on there and a satellite pinging off the dome. And don't know where these drivers going. It bothers me. It bothers me. And if you have any morals, common decency, if you subscribe to a high standard, it should bother you too. Regardless if you drive a truck or not. regardless if you know somebody who drives a truck or not. I'm at the 24-minute mark. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and give you some tips if you drive a commercial motor vehicle that can keep you safe out on these highways and byways. Number one, if you go through some of these sundown towns, and I'm gonna tell you, there's really sundown states, it's best to park your truck at a truck stop. And if you cannot find a park at a truck stop, try to find a Walmart. I know they tell you can't park at some of them overnight, but if you cannot get a spot at the truck stop and the sun is going down, try to find a Walmart. And make sure that at 7 o'clock in the morning, you out of that dock, because somebody going to come knock on your truck. But they're good places to stop and pop your brakes. When you park your truck, when you park your commercial motor vehicle, regardless, this is a good one for the ladies. If you're a lady truck driver, there's a seatbelt. Your seatbelt, right? Pull the seatbelt out until it stops, and grab the buckle. Run the seatbelt buckle through the loop in the door that you use to close the door with. Run the seatbelt through that door handle and click it and pull the slack. There's a little yellow tab on the side. All the trucks have them that locks the seatbelt. Once you pull the slack out, lock the seatbelt. That way, if somebody tries to pick your lock, come in your truck, that seatbelt's gonna stop them from opening the door. And by them yanking it, you're gonna wake up. And do both your doors like that before you go to sleep. Run the seatbelt through the handle of your door, click it. Of course, you're not sitting in the seat, but you click it. You take the slack out. You pull the slack up on both of them, and you lock your doors. That way, if somebody picks your lock, wants to rob you, do something to you, they're not gonna get in your truck. They tell you now. See, I used to say, the DOT says you're not supposed to. A lot of companies they say that you cannot carry a firearm in the cab of your truck. I used to give people alternatives. I used to tell people, well, if your company or whoever says that you can't carry a firearm, carry a knife, carry a machete. Keep it in your sleeper. And when you go to sleep, keep it within arm's reach. So if somebody does try to jimmy your lock as they pulling on the door, you can grab that machete. You can take a couple fingers with you, crank your truck up, go down the road. But it's 2025. Yeah. Carry you a machete and carry you a firearm. I don't give a damn what your company tell you can't have in that truck. Play country done. I did that for some years. It's our policy here at the company, driver. We do not allow you to carry a firearm in the cab of a vehicle. If you find it, you'll be terminated. Okay, well, I don't give a damn about this job. My life more important. So I carry a backup CB. I had 2 CBs. One CB is in the truck. Turn it on. The other one, I put it in that spare CB. When I get in that truck, when they issue me that truck, I get my stuff on that truck. If I'm not going home right away. And usually if you start driving for a company, and this is another way they get these drivers. These are new drivers. Got to be new drivers that they're getting. These copper-colored drivers that are coming up missing. Because a lot of these companies, once you go through orientation, you don't go home right away. You go from that company's terminal into a truck. And then they keep you out for a week before they send you home. So a lot of new drivers think, okay, well, I'm going to orientation. After orientation, I can go home and, you know what I'm saying? They'll send me, but they say they're going to send me by the house. They'll send me by the house after I'm fit. No, they don't do that right away. They'll keep you out there for 7 days before they send you home. If they send you home after 7 days. If you're a new driver, usually what they'll do is they'll put you in a truck with with a trainer for 30 days. And that's another level to it too. Because some of these trainers might be setting up some of these drivers. But I just got hypotheses right now. I'm throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. But regardless of what I throw at the wall or what you, the viewer, throws up at the wall, is, you know, why these drivers are coming up missing. That's one constant that I know is the truth. That nobody gonna deviate from, because I know that to be a fact. These trucks have GPS, and these dispatchers know what their drivers look like, and these drivers know. And these dispatchers and these companies know where these drivers pick up these loads at, the route that they take, and where these trucks are at all times. I know that much. Regardless of my hypotheses, that's written in stone. That's written in stone. Unless that driver owns that truck and that trailer. And even if a driver owns a truck and trailer, and I've done that before, yeah, it still got SATCOM that you can put in your truck. You still can put tracker in your truck. You still have you got cell phone, right? So, that's a constant. That's the constant. They know where these trucks are. They know where they are. I'm just trying to keep you drivers safe. But you can only help those who want to help themselves. Just like SBS. You can't cure nobody at SBS. That's up to the subject. The only thing you can do is lay out the antidote. Tell them how. It's up to them if they follow the instructions or not. Here's another good one. You can get a string. You can get a string, get a cord, get a rope, right? And you have an air horn. It has, you put what you want to do is you want to take a piece of that string like this, right? And tie a loop in the end. That's my good charger. I'm going to show you how to do it. Get you a string or something, right? Take it like this. Like that, right? Now you see I got my loop. I can take that, right? Put one end on that pull cord for my horn, and the other end to the door handle. You can get a string. I suggest get one of those small bungee cords from the truck stop, and hook one to the pull string and the other end to the door. So if somebody does jimmy your lock and get in your truck, once they pull a door, that string is going to pull your air horn, and it's going to wake you up. And remember that machete? I said, yeah, ride with you a machete. And all of this, I don't tell grown folks what to do. Just remember that YouTube, if you want to try to strike this live. And nothing I'm saying is misinformation, because this stuff this stuff worked for me. All right? Yeah, if they open the door, it'll pull the cord, and it'll sound your air horn and wake you up. Make sure you carry a knife, driver, going in these truck stops and whatnot. Make sure you carry a knife, and don't you don't want to intimidate people. If you, like I said, this is for my copper colored drivers, because see, a lot of these places, they act like, they treat us different. A lot of them, they wear it up here, right? I suggest wearing it by the small of your back on your belt loop. So when you pull your shirt down, people can't see it. You might be able to see the tip. That way, they won't see it until you walk past them. And they don't have time to say, hey, you can't have. Wait a minute, hold on. Because you'll run into a lot of that stuff in the truck stops, certain areas. Make sure when you shut down for the night, when you take your 10, that you're in a nice, well-lit area. If you cannot find a truck stop, a lot of states in the country, they've made laws now, and it's stupid, that trucks cannot park on the exit or the entry ramps. Because what used to happen is truck stop gets so full, they don't have any spots for the trucks. And that's been an ongoing problem for a very long time. They don't have enough spots for these drivers to park. And they don't want them parking on the side of the road. So what they'll do is they'll go off on the exit, and they'll park off that exit. White line here, Truck will be here. Well, there's some states that say that's against the law, right? And I don't recommend anybody do that. But if that's your only resort, you got to go with it. Here's another thing that you can do as a new driver. If you can't find a truck stop, look for a rest area. And if you park your truck in a rest area, I don't care what rest area that you park your truck in. Make sure, if you do, at bare minimum, do what I told y'all to do with those seat belts through your doors, and the bungee cord from your air horn to the door. At least do that. And here's another trick that you all can do. If you're a new driver, when you park your truck, pull the brakes on your trailer. Activate the brakes on your trailer. Release the brakes on your tractor. And put tension between the truck and the trailer. Right? And then pop your brakes on your tractor. Because if you do that, they can't pull the fifth wheel. And then when you get up, you go and you want to go get some fuel or whatever, you're not dropping your load. Because they'll try to pull that fifth wheel, make you drop your trailer. Make sure you do your pre-trip every day. I don't care. I did my pre-trip before I went to sleep. Nothing could have went wrong in 10 hours. Yeah. A lot can go wrong in 10 hours. Do your pre-trip, do your post-trip. Pre-trip, post-trip. Every trip. Every trip. This stuff will save your life. If you've never heard of the Smith system, look into it. All good kids love milk. Aim high in steering. Get the big picture. Keep your eyes moving. Leave yourself in out. And make sure they see you. And that Smith system works in any vehicle to keep you safe, regardless if you're in an 18-wheeler or if you're driving a moped. It'll keep you safe. And these are solutions to that problem. So if you are a loved one, no driver that goes through these sundown towns, happen to be my shade or darker, even the palm colored ones, let them know. Yeah. And don't bow down to these companies that want to tell you what you have to do, because you don't have to do nothing. You got the keys. You're the captain of the ship. This has been a little off from my topics this rising. I toiled most of the night, and I got me a quick nap, and I do appreciate you if you're watching this now or at a later date. I'm the Mad Trucker, and but in this by saying, may the Most High bless and keep you. May His countenance be gracious unto you. May the Most High smile upon you and give you shalom. And if you're if you're driving an 18-wheeler, keep all 18 on the ground. Get there safe and sound, shiny side up, door side down. Driver, you don't need no watch. You got that logbook. Especially with us coming up missing, you know exactly what time it is. Don't let a logbook, a dispatcher, a company, or the love of money, you know what I'm saying, take you off the planet, because we got some people out there that are wicked. In 2025, yeah, they got backup. Because the ones that have been hiding their wickedness, they can be all out in the open with it now. Shalom.